It is a beautiful Monday morning here in Oregon. Hopefully you guys are having some of the fantastic weather we've been having. I just want to remind everybody the phones are muted for the presentation. If you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand in the chat and I'll try to address them at the end if possible. Just kind of to start off with a nice little inspirational quote, our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is to always try just one more time. So just kind of get everything started. Happy Motivation Monday for you all. Dan is currently traveling, so I am stepping in. My name is Tammy Stencil, and I work very closely with Dan, kind of help cover him whenever needed, and just work by his side. For those that are new, the common layout for what we do is we do a brief review of last week's tip of the week, as well as you continue with new tips, be it retention ideas, important dates, carrier information. Obviously, last week was a holiday that we did not have Motivation Monday going on, so we'll just kind of review the former week before that. For the tip of the week, the week before was in regards to the 2-by-3 month plans with National General. And that essentially is allowing agents to go ahead and write 2 policies for 3-month periods at the same time. So there's no gap in coverage. It does apply to, most states. There are certain states that it is not available. It has a standard rewrite and 63 gap in coverage rules. They do apply. The deductibles and maximum out-of-pockets are reset for the second policy, and they do receive 2 separate ID cards and policy packets per policy that's written. And also there's just a one-time application fee that is applied. So if you have any questions, you can definitely feel free to call into agency services. They can give you some additional information in regards to that. And to jump into this week's tip of the week is your AHCP certifications. It's definitely that time of year again to start getting ready for AEP. Courtesy reminder that you must complete your AHCP certifications and forward them to the carriers that you plan on selling in the upcoming season. The certificate consists of 2 courses for Medicare fraud, waste, and abuse. Most who sell Medicare are pretty familiar with doing their AHCP certifications. Why not sell Medicare? It's definitely one of those opportunities to be able to have some growing opportunities with your sales. It is going to be one of the largest population pools out there. So definitely take advantage of jumping in, getting a little bit of additional information, some certifications, and some product training going on with the Medicare products. And that brings us into the AHCP sales trends. For the short-term medical, there was an increase in sales. Pretty significant increase. I was very surprised. And the top sellers were National General, NHIC, as well as Golden Rule short term. There was a decrease in the fixed benefit sales, and those were with the VBA fixed benefit and the National General. They had about a tie in the same amount of policies. Actually, I was pretty impressed with that. And there was a slight decrease with the accident sales, very slight. I think it was just a couple policies short compared to the week before. Healthy America and National General TIC were the top accident carriers, our policies written. And then there was a decrease with the critical illness. I was really surprised by this. The only critical illness policies that I saw sold were with the NatGen TIC critical illness. And then there was a decrease in the dental. Golden Rule, National General, TIC were the top dental carriers. Not too surprised. Beginning of summer starts, a lot of people, the kids are out of school, a lot of people start taking vacations, plus it was a holiday. So not too surprised with some of the sales being down, in all honesty. And to just kind of kick off the sales shout outs for limited benefit plans, Katiana always is at the top. She is just fantastic. She had about 10 policies written with the National General Foundation health plan. And then there was Andy Orlikoff. He did fantastic. He had a few policies in there himself, as well as Patrick Connor. So good job, guys. And these were all actually the National General Foundation health plans that were sold. So pretty impressive. And sales shout-outs for the short-term medical policies, being that that's something that's so popular right now. We have David Irish, and that was with the NHIC short-term. Wendy Larson with the NHIC short-term as well, and Patrick Connor again. So way to get on that list, Patrick, for the limited medical as well as the short-term. Congratulations to all three of you. Nice job. So we're going to move into the sales techniques, 3 reasons why customers don't buy. So you've been in sales for any length of time, you know that the concept of you can take a yes or no, but you can't take a maybe, right? So, well, today we're going to talk about the no. Why is the no so important? Why is it important to understand the reasons why your customers don't buy? Because if you figure you can, figure out why they aren't buying, you can catch the trend and make some adjustments in your sales process. And in turn, raise your closing rate. Not going to lie, if closing is something you're having trouble with, understanding the why will help increase that closing percentage. Again, closing isn't, a contest on who has the biggest stick to hit the client over the head with. It's the contest of who listed it. Who listened to what your clients wanted, to their needs, to their story, and made them feel, hard, made them feel that they were heard and that they had fixed their problems. I mean, sales really is, if you come down to it, just stripping all the fancy words away, just listening and fixing. That's it. You be able to listen to what your customers' needs are and then finding a solution for them. I know it sounds pretty simple, and we all know that it's really not. So there's 3 main reasons that customers don't buy. You've heard thousands of different reasons, but if you break them into categories, there are 3 main reasons those customers, don't buy. It's, you're going to go on the assumption that you're, talking to a decision maker, a gatekeeper. If not, then we have some other things that you need to talk about, and know that, the products that you pitched are available for sales. You got to be able to know those products. You got to make sure that you're talking to the decision maker. Those are 2 of the biggest things. And if we can make those 2 assumptions, there's 3 reasons. The first one comes down to price. So price, thinking, well, there's obviously, raw price of the product, but there's also the concept that the product you're presenting does not have accurately perceived value. So it's not just price, but it's really the value. If there's not enough value in the product, the customer will not buy any situation. When I talk about painting that picture, using examples to talk about how, the product will work, paint that picture for the client. That's why. You're painting value to the customer's mind. You're, letting them weigh the risks and benefits and come to the, conclusion that this product is worth what you're stating. Honestly, I can't tell you how many times, after a customer has purchased, talk to them about, other products that they were buying, as we're filling out the application and find out that other agents pitched almost the same exact product. Why did they not buy from them? Well, we both had the same products, found the same, problems for their, clients that had, fixed their problem, but it's because you make that product value to the client. It's easy to fix this, to talk about earlier you told me, and paint that picture of how the product would work for their family. Why they go to the doctor, use that. In the past that they have fallen and broken a bone or, in an accident, then use that. Talk to them and weave that picture. make them understand the value. Price isn't just raw money that is, perceived values. It's also one reason why adding dental is a great idea, because that is a product that they use and the customer perceives as a lot of value in it. Honestly, if you think about, time insurance dental, $15.50 a month or $186 a year, $75 twice a year for cleaning brings that plan to $36 or let's see, about $3 a month for your client can have dental. $3. That's bringing value to the conversation. So, next time someone says that it's too expensive, that they have to think a thing or two about it. First, did you do a good enough job in fact-finding for their budget, or did you not build enough value? If you do fact-finding, then, it's about 90% of the time value. So one size does not fit all for benefits. So the second one, are benefits. Are benefits, the right match for the customer? Earlier I told you that selling is basically finding a problem and fixing it, right? Well, the number two reason people don't buy is that their salesperson does not do a good job matching their benefits to their problem. This is something to think about. If you're only selling one product consistently, one product, just the same build, like a $5,000 short-term medical, 100% coinsurance, that's not a right fit for everyone. You should know that the type of person for each product is out there. Having, a solid understanding of how the product works will definitely help. Your customer will buy when they know the benefit fits their needs. If their needs are concerned about what happens if they get cancer, there's no special protection for that. Why would your customer buy it? You need to do a solid fact-finding up front to find their needs to match their benefit. You have to ask how they would want to use insurance and what makes them shop. There's one question I'd always ask to make sure I'm pairing things up right as far as deductible goes. It would be, how many times in the past 10 years have you or anyone on your plan hit their deductible? Most people would say 1 to 0. Those I knew I could give them a higher deductible and some ancillaries to help them if the big what if happened. And most of the time I could close to under their budget. If they have a high number 7 times in the last 10 years, for sure I would go with a lower deductible. I also ask current conditions, general concerns in insurance. How often do they go to the doctors or have x-rays? It always helps me find, a better match of their benefits. Again, fact-finding, if 60 to 70% of your sales process. So if the customer is not buying due to benefits, I would start looking at fact-finding and what you can do to improve it. And then the last one, just kind of to cover the last one, definitely, is understanding. This one is more about how the sales process happens. We all live and breathe insurance. You can talk about durable medical equipment, out-of-pocket maxes and exclusions, but those don't always make sense to your client. I can't tell you how many clients don't know what a deductible is. They don't understand it. You need to make the plan make sense to your client, and to get them to agree to that makes sense, and it will work. When a client doesn't understand insurance, when they say they want an 80-20 plan. If someone ever says to me, I know I need to spend my time and make sure they understand what they need. If your client doesn't understand, then they don't understand the value. Number one reason customers don't buy, and there is no way to understand the benefits, and there's no way they understand the benefits, which is number two, you need to be able to assess your client's understanding and go into every conversation assuming your client has no idea how anything in insurance works. They will let you know if they do. It's human nature to agree with someone even if you don't understand, so you don't show any weakness. So if your client is turning into a bobblehead, that's not always a good sign. Again, tell a story and paint the picture. If the client doesn't buy from you because they don't understand, they will buy from someone else who can explain the products better. I'm not kidding when I say I was on in a call center helping out, and I was with one agent who didn't sell the client because they overcomplicated the process and told the client more than they cared about. The agent right next to him gets the same client who calls back in and sells the plan. The client even stated they did not want to work with the previous agent because they could not understand what he was saying. Keep in mind, your clients will tell you in fact finding what they care about. Make sure they at least understand that part, and that you spend time making it clear on how the products will work for them. Remember, paint that picture. As you can see, the 3 reasons clients don't buy, really comes down to improving your fact finding, finding better ways of telling that story, and if you want any help or ideas with these plans, please, as usual, reach out to training@ahcpsales.com. Dan or I can definitely help you out with that. We would love to be able to kind of sit down, see what we can do to help improve those, opportunities for you. And to just kind of wrap it up, short and sweet this week, if you guys have any questions for next Motivation Monday, you guys have any feedback or recommendations, or if you guys, want to hear something specific about a product, about a plan, something in that regard, maybe a specific carrier, please definitely feel free, reach out to us. Email address is training@ahcpsales.com, or you can call into agency services and give them the feedback. They'll pass along the information to us. Agency services is at 877-228-8773. So feel free. If you have any questions, don't be shy. Reach on out. Send us an email. We'll definitely try and help you where we can. And that just wraps up this week. Last little opportunity here for a great little motivation is, here is a simple but powerful rule. Always give people more than they expect to get. Making sure that your clients fully understand those benefits, that those benefits are fitting their needs while providing some great service to them. Always going above and beyond to help your customers out is, great opportunity to close on those sales. I want to thank everybody for joining, and if you have any questions, again, please feel free to contact Dan or myself, and we'll try and get back to you as soon as we can. You guys have a fantastic week with selling. Thank you.